Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. Have you ever fallen off track with your health and fitness and then things seem to spiral out of control? That happens to a lot of us, I think. In this episode, I'm going to share with you how to flip the switch. Stay tuned. Hey there, my friend Perry Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, the power of possibility, passion, and purpose. And what do you do if you can't get back on track? I've talked to a lot of people, and I've been in that situation before. You start on your health and fitness, or maybe you've been going for a while, and then you get off track a little bit. You drift off course, but things just seem to block you from getting back on track, and they kind of spiral out of control. Now, I don't know if this is something that you've dealt with before. Maybe you've got a way to do it, but for me and some of the things I've learned over the years, it turns into being a mental thing that you need to do to flip the switch. So what I'm going to do is, first thing that you need to do is to tell yourself, I can get back on track. You know, you gotta think about it. You can do hard things. We can figure things out, and you need to just get that mindset of, I can get back on track. You can always get back on track. It's never too late to get it back together, to get back and do the things that you were once doing. And this applies to everything in life, not just health and fitness. I mean, it can apply to relationships and finances and jobs and whatever else. You can do this. You can always get back on track. It's got to be a mindset thing. So it's never too late to make things stronger and more positive in your life. As I've learned from a lady named Alana Molstein, she says that life it's not an on and off switch. You know, you can't just flip it on and I'm way off track and back on, I'm back on track. And I know I said just flip the switch, but it's basically just talking yourself and doing some things that you can do it. So you can always get yourself back on track. The mindset of just having yourself and just feeling, oh my gosh, I'm just so defeated and I'm just so frustrated with myself. That's where, that sort of thing feeds on itself. And you basically just have to draw a line. You just have to stop it. It's kind of this cold turkey sort of thing. But I believe there are some things that you can do to set yourself up for success, to just reverse that momentum, reverse that direction of where things are going. And there's nothing stopping you from doing so. So, take a look at and identify the things that maybe something happened in your life. What is it that maybe took you off course, or what took you off course? Or maybe it's one or two things. A lot of times it could be a life event. Maybe it's just something that you overlooked. Maybe you weren't checking in with your accountability group, or maybe you stopped checking in with your coach, or you stopped tracking your workouts or your food, or if it's finance stuff, you stopped regularly saving, or there was an event where you had to that was an emergency sort of thing. So and set yourself up for positive things. Look at, I'm going to dial it back here to health and fitness. So look at your surroundings. The more positive you make your surroundings, the more positive you're going to get results and have your health gains and lose weight. You've got to set yourself up for success. And a lot of times that's where people see some self-sabotage sort of thing, is they've gotten off track. And a lot of times it starts with food. They've gotten off track because they're bringing in things into the house that when they're stressed or down, that's the first thing they're grabbing for. And because some of those foods are just really addictive and the nutrition value is really low, your body keeps craving more. And then the guilt factors in. So, I learned this. USM is what it is. It stands for out of sight, out of mind. That's what I had to do. There were just some things in my house that were just so addicting that I loved, even if they were healthy things, but I was overeating them. I had to put it out of sight. My garage was 2 levels down from where my kitchen was. So I would actually hide things in the garage. I know that sounds dorky and crazy, but if I wanted to buy it and have it as a treat, as long as it wasn't right there in the cabinet for me to grab and mindlessly munch, I had to go and walk 2 levels down. So there I'm making a conscious decision to go and have that. So out of sight, out of mind with the junk, don't buy it. Put healthy things into your house instead. So it's in sight and it's in your mind, and it keeps that momentum going. If it's workout stuff and you're working out at home, you've got your equipment right there, just reminding you to get your exercise in. Get out of that funk of negative thinking. And I love this. I preached this to somebody before. It came up in a little webinar that I was on this week. You do not have to wait until Monday to start to get back on track. You can start right now, today. And if today is getting a little bit late when you're listening to this podcast, starting tomorrow. You do not have to wait till Monday. So many people are like, on Tuesday, they're beating themselves up and they're going to get back on track. And they always say, well, I'll get started on Monday. You don't have to wait until then. By then, you're letting the momentum slide back that way. So don't wait until Monday to start to get back on track. You can do simple things right here today. Drinking more water, lots of water. That can help with the healthy and with your healthy living. Tracking what you're eating. I know it's being real and honest with yourself, isn't it? Weighing yourself. Weighing yourself is a good, honest thing. Now, a lot of times people are like, oh, gosh, I just don't want to know that number. But catching it now and reversing the direction helps you so much more than ignoring it, where things can spiral out of control for an additional 5, 10, 15, 20 plus pounds or more, where you're just avoiding it and ignoring it. So don't let it unravel anymore. Make it happen and make a plan to do that. The more mindset stuff that you do, the better when it comes to getting back on track. And speaking of mindset stuff, I've got some more mindset stuff for you to put yourself first and put yourself in control. I used to struggle for years with being overweight and overwhelmed. And once I started to change a few habits and adding in a few simple things to my daily routine, things started to change dramatically. So I collected all of these things that I've been doing and I put them into a success habits master list, packed with routines, rituals, tips, strategies to move from a chaotic scrambling through a busy day and feeling out of control to feeling clear and focused and fulfilled. So I'm going to give that to you for absolutely free. You can download it at morningsuccesshabits.com. Once again, that's morningsuccesshabits.com, and download it. Give those a try and put yourself into control. That's all I have for this week. And thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you for doing that. And please share, subscribe, and if you can get over to your podcast app and leave an honest rating and review, and we can help more people, that would absolutely rock. You absolutely rock, my friend. That's all I have for this week. And as always, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.